Excellent. So, hi everyone. My name is Rafael, and what I'm going to present today is, in one way or another, my practice of using Minecraft Education Edition for teaching corporate governance and corporate sustainability. So I'm the module convener for two modules in the master's program called Corporate Governance and Corporate Sustainability, respectively. And I use in one way or another Minecraft more in the module of corporate sustainability, to be fair, as a means of trying to get the concepts down for students and let students experiment with the concepts and the way that the law applies in relation to various considerations in relation to it. But let's just do some background first in order to ensure that everyone is on the same page in relation to what I'm doing. So a number of reports with regards to legal education over the years signified the need to facilitate a learning environment that essentially responds to challenges that the law profession is facing or is about to face in emerging contexts. And in my opinion, one of these is found in the subfield of corporate governance, and it relates to configuring what is the role of companies in relation to achieving the goals of sustainable development, and more specifically, what is the role of the law and the regulation that the law is imposing on corporate governance in channeling decision-making for it. And in one way or another, Lancaster University is trying to respond to that challenge, basically through me, by introducing a module that relates to corporate sustainability. So essentially, it is a module that deals with corporate governance concepts in the way that the module of corporate governance deals with them, but it sees it restrictively through the lens of trying to configure what corporate sustainability is, what corporate sustainability should be doing, and what is the role of the law in relation to channeling decision-making for it. But there is a bit of a catch. Corporate governance as a subfield or as a matter of a legal inquiry is very challenging. And corporate sustainability makes it even more challenging. There are too many concepts to understand. There are too many theories to understand. There are various perceptions in relation to what should corporate governance be doing, what should corporate sustainability be doing, and what is the role of the law in relation to that. And all of these in general are a mammoth task for a student when it comes to connecting theory, policy, and legal regulation in order to form their own opinions and understand what is going on in the field. So although we have introduced as a department a module that deals with corporate sustainability, the weight was put on me, being the convener of the module, to figure out how to facilitate a learning environment that in one way or another is going to provide the basis for students to get an appreciation of the concepts and critically analyze them and examining them, etc., etc. And we have to do it within the limitations of the module structure as well. Corporate sustainability is an LLM module. Only 2 hours are being allocated in addition to any off-the-grid activities that you can do. And basically, you have to facilitate a learning environment within those confines. So my answer in terms of developing the learning environment and in terms of developing a learning environment that can help students learn and interact with the materials was, of course, gaming. And I can tell you my thought process by doing a bit of a blast from the past. So can you tell me have you guys ever played any of these video games in one way or another? Yes, no? Do you recognize some of them? No, but basically, these are the video games that I have been playing when I was a kid. And through the time, I realized that these video games were not just in one way or another a means of entertainment. They have actually taught me a number of things. For example, by playing Pokemon, I learned how to conserve resources. By playing Metal Gear Solid or Hitman has learned me how to develop strategy in order to implement certain practices. And all of the video games have taught me English. English is not my first language, so by playing video games, I was able to test my skills on the language and try to find ways to advance it. So I thought that maybe gaming was a good way of getting together students to interact with the learning materials of corporate governance, corporate stability, for the simple reason that, it may be the means by which I can channel a number of the concepts and get them to think about the concepts. So I was in need of something that it would be interactive enough, that it would help students play in one way or another with the concepts that we deal in corporate governance, deal with the law, and form their own opinions by interacting with these materials. So I thought that it would be a really cool idea if I identified a sort of a video game or a learning environment whereby they can do that. And I thought that it would be a really good idea if they would run their own business. So I needed a sort of an environment where they would run their own business, get together in a virtual environment, that I can monitor, and let them run the business in a way that they will interact with a number of materials that we deal in the module itself. So I thought the Minecraft Education Edition is a really cool platform in order to do that. It provides you the resources and ability to develop such elements, and it allows you to develop a number of scenarios whereby students will be able to run the process of running a business, conserving resources, creating economies, etc., in order to basically run a business. So I designed a game whereby students will basically have the main goal of running a business on the basis of the things that they will come up with based on different scenarios, and through it, try to reflect on the law and the ways by which the law could change or alter their behavior or regulate their behavior in one way or another. So the main goal through playing Minecraft was essentially to run a business, and by running the business, be mindful of the ways that the law is applying on it. But in order to do that, students would have to prepare really well. So there were some activities and recordings, etc., whereby there was an introduction into a number of issues that they should have known before coming to a session of playing the video game. And students would basically be prepared to run the business on the basis of what they know. All they needed to do is to do the preparation and bring a device whereby they can sit together in a room and basically run a LAN party whereby they will play Minecraft Education Edition. And they will be in the process of basically running the business with me monitoring what they are doing at all times in order to ensure that they comply with the running of the business based on given scenarios that I'm giving them. And upon playing the game for some time, based on certain events that are happening, there will be some form of discussion and closure in relation to the ways by which corporate governance is being regulated by the law. So in order to see what I'm doing, I think it's best first and foremost to walk you through the setting of the game and then do you a little bit of a tour in Minecraft Education Edition. So basically, students are being said that they are part of the workforce of a company that is operating in the Minecraft world, which is called Minecraft. And Minecraft is in the business of developing sustainable housing in various areas, and they have recently acquired the newly found town of Roughcaster to build it from the scratch. And basically, students are tasked with organizing the business of Minecraft and develop housing. So the town that they are using and the word that they're using is basically this one. I am not sure if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Excellent. And basically, this is the town that they are interacting with. This is the Mark II version of it, by the way. The houses that they have built for this year are in another world. But essentially, this is the town as they are going to start interacting with. They are basically asked to build houses that look like this one, and they can do that through various means and ways, either by mining the world around them or by buying certain stuff from the shops nearby, or by basically getting instructions from this big building here, which is basically in one way or another the headquarters of Minecraft. So let me just get out of here and go back. So basically, students are free to do whatever they want to do, provided that they're going to run the business in the world of Minecraft. And the way that they can do it is by basically build houses by placing blocks, mine for materials if they want materials in order to build the houses, use their own inventory to craft new materials through various means and ways that Minecraft is giving them some means and ways of developing these, or buy and trade certain materials in the town's various shops that are available. There are some shops that are being independent, some of them that are not, etc., etc. So this is the setting. This is what they have to do. And there are a number of scenarios in each workshop whereby things are happening, and they, as part of the business of Minecraft, they have to build the responses to it in order to see the application of the law. And here is an example workshop in relation to the means and ways a workshop is running that has to do with directors' duties. So this is the mission statement of the company, whereby in one way or another, it is stating that the company is committed to develop sustainable housing, and that they take pride in promoting their own values and the ways and means by which they are developing their own structures and the people that they are interacting with. And there is a memo that came from the board of directors that essentially says that they should buy from a specific shop that is that is situated in the town of Roughcaster. So if they want any sort of materials, they should go and buy those things from that specific shop, which is called, conveniently, pun intended, BB&Q. And BB&Q is offering the Minecraft company good offers in relation to getting the materials down, and they should basically buy materials from them in order to carry on working and developing their own housing. If they collect any dirt, or if they have mined anything that could be exchanged in the town of Roughcaster, they should exchange it, and the exchange is going to give them more money, whereby they will get more money in order to buy materials from BB&Q. So this is the memo from the board. Students have been led by that memo, and they carried on their own business in relation on the basis of what the memo has said. But here is a tiny, tiny catch. BB&Q was caught with practicing modern slavery, and it is under a modern slavery investigation. And at some point, that was when I stopped the workshop, and I started asking questions in relation to the legal liability of BB&Q in relation to breaching their own directors' duties, the breach of directors' duties of Minecraft, and the ways and means by which the law should regulate behavior that is connected to modern slavery. Now, so all this sounds good. All this sounds a bit, it may sound a bit complex. You know, it may be hard to understand, but it is something that was positively regarded by students as something that it has helped them in one way or another. And I can say as well that anecdotally, those who were participating in the Minecraft workshops were indeed better performing in relation to their own assessments compared to those who were not. But that's an anecdotal thing. I still haven't figured out the link in any way as well. But here are some challenges that are informing the next steps. So based on the feedback that I received, I should make the Minecraft workshops a regular event, because they weren't a regular event. They were an off-the-grid activity that students were opting in to participate or not. So timing is a bit of the essence, because if I am going to make the Minecraft workshops as the main event by which we are learning, I need to find ways by which I am going to get the learning environment started. The scenario development and testing is a bit challenging. Sometimes you may not be able to land a number of issues. Some of them may not be related to the game itself. So this is something that I need to think about. A lot of the work in Minecraft is built upon coding. So sometimes the coding may do some bugs, or it may glitch. So it needs constant, supervision. Eduroam has some connectivity issues with regards to getting the students together, and getting your own getting your own space in Minecraft Education Edition is a bit unfeasible at the moment. But on the positive side of things, I may need to think about the ways by which students are interacting with the thing, for the simple reason that I always thought the Minecraft workshop was going to be a means to a certain end. But at the end of the day, the Minecraft workshops in 1 or 2 occasions have showcased students' ability to be very resourceful in terms of getting together and finding ways by which they will run the company in better ways, and suggest changes in relation to the law. So rather than having it as a means of discussing the law, it could be a means of advancing their own thinking in relation to the law. So this has been a very quick presentation, but I would like to hear your views on the game, and if you have any questions. And since we are here, I would ask any volunteers in order to test the new scenarios for the Mark II of the video game. So thanks.